Blessings, divine family. Today's topic is tender and powerful. I welcome you all, my day one A1s who have been supporting this channel. I see you guys. You are deeply cherished here. Thank you so much for embracing this space as yours. If you are a new listener, I welcome you. We're talking about persecution wounds today. Today's word would be based on this. What happens when a soul feels targeted during spiritual warfare? What happens when you believe something sacred was interfered with? What happens when love, purpose, or destiny feels sabotaged? Many people experience persecution through relationships. For example, in intense soul connections, what some call twin flame connections. When separation happens, it can feel spiritual. It can feel like something external intervened. Some interpret that as witchcraft, evil eye, or energy manipulation. But let's pause with maturity. Whether or not there was external interference, the wound that forms is very real, right? The wound says, I was robbed. Something sacred was stolen from me. My destiny was blocked. That is persecution wound. And persecution wounds do not only exist in mystical narratives. They exist everywhere in modern world. Now let's talk about what is a persecution wound. A persecution wound forms when you feel unjustly attacked. You feel targeted or sabotaged. You feel misunderstood or falsely accused. 2-2 on the timer. You believe others intentionally prevented your growth. It creates hypervigilance. The nervous system stays alert. The mind searches for enemies all the time around you. The heart hardens. And here's the key. Sometimes persecution is real, sometimes it is perceived. But the nervous system does not know the difference, right? It only knows the threat that it has faced. Now, I would pick up some examples of modern day persecution wounds. Persecution wounds today look like workplace sabotage, public shaming on social media, cancel culture, family scapegoating, religious discrimination, racism, bullying, betrayal by close friends, false accusations, divorce after emotional manipulation, being the black sheep of the family. Even chronic comparison culture creates persecution wounds. When someone feels consistently overlooked while others are celebrated, it creates internal narratives of injustice. And injustice, real or perceived, wounds the soul very deeply, divine collective. The twin flame narrative and spiritual warfare is also the topic I want to touch upon. Now let's address the spiritual layer carefully. When a sacred connection breaks or fails, the psyche looks for meaning. The brain prefers there was witchcraft, there was spiritual interference, there was an external force. Why? Because it protects the ego from unbearable grief, right? If something was stolen, then you were not rejected. That narrative feels safer, isn't it? Now hear this gently. Sometimes separation is not sabotage, right? Sometimes it is misalignment. In many of your cases, divine collective, in the readings that have been coming along until now, I think your separation in that previous soul connection might have been proved to be a catalyst for your growth, for your spiritual evolution. Persecution wounds form when we cannot metabolize loss. And if we stay in the persecution narrative too long, something dangerous happens. We become defined by the wound, like we become the victim, and victim mindset is dangerous to carry. Correct? 5-5 on the timer. How warfare upgrades you in this? Here is the higher truth. Warfare, when processed correctly, upgrades you. Okay? The only confusion comes in the processing system. Seriously, that's the judgment ground for you as well. Because persecution forces you to ask, who am I without this outcome? What power do I still hold? What belief systems need to change? Where did I overattach? The 3D battlefield, meaning the physical visible world, reveals where your inner foundation is unstable. If someone can steal your peace was external, right? If someone can block your destiny was outsourced. And there is nothing called fate or destiny. You are all the part of God's plan. Persecution wounds upgrade you when you choose emotional sovereignty over this victim mindset, nervous system regulation, instead of feeling anxious, overthinking, overanalyzing every statement, every threat, and taking personal accountability and handling the narrative with spiritual maturity. So if persecution is not healed, it becomes identity, and it becomes the danger of staying in the victim loop. And identity level victimhood leads to chronic distrust, right? You don't easily give into what people say, even if they are correct. It also leads to relationship paranoia, spiritual delusion, self-sabotage, even isolation, bitterness masked as wisdom. The soul cannot ascend while clinging to injustice narratives. Yes, wrong was done, but your power lies in response. Spiritual warfare is rarely dramatic. It looks like triggered trauma responses, repeating unhealthy patterns, emotional reactivity, fear-based decision making, and the enemy is often unprocessed pain itself, right? And when you heal persecution wounds, you remove that hook, because warfare cannot continue where reaction stops with you, right? If something sacred ended, if you feel robbed, if you feel sabotaged, ask yourself, did they destroy me? Or did this reveal where I needed strengthening? Because the greatest upgrade is this, realizing that no one can steal what is truly aligned for you, right? What's truly meant for you cannot pass you by. Persecution wounds are painful. Indeed, yes. 10-10 on the timer. But they are also portals, right? And the portal opens when you stop fighting ghosts and start rebuilding foundations. Isn't it? Divine Collective? So, this was your update. This was today's word from the Most High. Blessings, y'all. I send you the highest white light of the Most High. May it prospers in every aspect of your life. And I thank you for being here and listening to these messages every day. 2626 is also a number that's coming in. Something might have happened in 2016. So this was the message. If you need any help, you can go to the description box below, or you can directly go to the links section to book your consultation or any service that you need from me. I'll be there for you. Until then, take care. Bye-bye. Divine rising. God bless you and ciao.